Hello, and congratulations! You've selected to write the compare and contrast essay, formatting it in a way that you talk about all the things that are similar and then all the things that are different. At this point, you should have a society comparison page that looks similar to what is on the screen right now. At this point, you should have 3 different things listed that both the society in your book and modern American society have in common, as well as quotes from the book that show that similarity with the modern American example of what that looks like in our world for all 3 of your features. If you do not have a society comparison page that looks like this at this point, please pause the video and complete your sheet. If, however, you have everything that you need at this point and your society comparison page looks like this, you are ready to write your paragraph. These are the elements that go into your paragraph. First, you need a topic sentence. You need to have your supporting details ready that show what those things look like in the book. You need to have your commentary and analysis ready that shows what those specific things look like in modern American society. And you should be ready to look at all 3 of your comparisons and be ready to transition into your contrast paragraph. So, what does that look like? Let's show you. I wrote an example paragraph here using The Giver as my novel of choice. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my topic sentence that tells the reader what my paragraph is going to be about. My topic sentence is right here. There are several similarities between the society in The Giver and modern American society. So I'm letting my reader know that in this paragraph they're going to see several things compared between the 2 societies. Everything that I say within the paragraph is going to be showing similarities between the society in my book and modern American society. So, I can transition right into my first comparison. First of all, both societies have schools for children. If I look back at my page with my comparisons, that is the first thing I have listed. Both societies have schools for children. Now I can start embedding my quotations. When embedding a quotation, I need to use the strategy TLQC, which stands for transition, lead-in, quote, citation. So I'm starting with my transition. For instance, after my transitional phrase, I put a comma. Now I'm going to tell the reader what this thing looks like in the book. In The Giver, Jonas's friend Asher has to apologize to his class for being late. The instructor said, so everything right there is my lead-in. The lead-in gives the reader the context or the background of the quote so they know what's happening in the story at the time of the quotation. Now I can put my quote. And I thank you because once again you have provided an opportunity for a lesson in language. Distraught is too strong a word to describe salmon viewing. He turned and wrote distraught on the instructional board. Beside it he wrote distracted. I close my quotation, ending it with a comma instead of a period because I always have to put the citation, which in this case is the page number, so I can show the reader where they can find that quote in the book. I end the whole thing with a period. After doing my TLQC, I have to show how that's similar to life in America. So, it says, this is similar to the way things go in American schools. Oftentimes, I have to stop the class to clarify meaning, which I then write on the board. Teaching language is an important part of the American school system, and using student mistakes as a teachable moment is a common strategy. So now not only have I pointed out in the book what it looks like, but I've shown what it looks like in our society. Now I can move on to my next comparison. Another thing that both societies have in common is they both have families. I'm taking this directly off my page because I already wrote that both societies have families. Now I can embed my quotation. To illustrate, in The Giver, Jonas's family sits down to dinner to talk about their feelings. So I've given a transition and a lead-in that provides the context of the quote. Now I can give the actual quote. It was one of the rituals, the evening telling of feelings. Sometimes Jonas and his sister Lily argued over turns over who would get to go first. Their parents, of course, were part of the ritual. I end with a comma, I close the quotation, and I put the citation, which is the page number. This happened on page 4. Then I put my period. Now again, I have to explain how this looks in American society and clearly tell my reader that I'm talking about American society. This is similar to the modern American society because families typically talk about their feelings over dinner, and it is common for siblings to argue. My brother and I used to argue over who got to choose which TV show we watched during dinner. So I used a personal example to illustrate my point of how these two things were similar. Now I can embed my final quotation. Finally, both societies have jobs. It's the same similarity I have from my page. Both societies have jobs. Now I can embed this quotation. I'm going to use TLQC again. For example, in The Giver, when giving Asher his job assignment, the chief elder stated, "We have given you the assignment of Assistant Director of Recreation." I end with a comma, I close my quote, I give my citation, which is the page number, and then I end with a period. Now again, I have to explain how that looks in modern American society. Modern American society has programs for children to learn how to play games, just like in the book. His assignment is similar to becoming a coach, a park program supervisor, or an athletic director. So I've given specific examples of what this job might be in our society. Now that I've given my 3 comparisons, I need to transition into my contrast paragraph with a transitional sentence. Even though the two societies have much in common, not everything is the same. So I'm reviewing the fact that I was talking about similarities in this paragraph and previewing that I'm about to talk about things that are not the same. So it's a review and preview. Hopefully this helps you write your comparison paragraph. If you have any questions at this point, please do not hesitate to ask.